And welcome to Chef Sandy's Kitchen. I'm at a friend's house now, if you want to say that, but really a spiritual dog ministry. We're getting ready to prepare one of my meals that I love to make, and it is pasta with chicken breast filleted, which means it's very thin. So I'm going to show you a piece of it now. You see how thin it is? So you want to get the real thin ones as possible. You can do all the slicing you want to make it thinner. So anyway, I start out with the avocado oil. I'm going to just kind of show you this as I go. But I'm definitely not a chef. I was just kidding. We're going to start out as I go, and I use this Chosen Foods, that is 100% pure avocado oil. Okay. So I just take it and I pour it in maybe about, I guess a tablespoon and a half or 2 tablespoons of the oil. All right. And then after I do that, then I let the heat get a little warm and everything. So I want to talk to you about the breast. Once I got the breast all cut up, I cut it up in like different like chunks. Everybody theirs the size that they choose. You see, I got it chopped up like that, but I like it small like this because unfortunately I don't have a whole lot of teeth like you, so I have to get it where I'm able to manage it in my mouth and chop it up and eat it. So while the fire's getting hot, I'm gonna put the chicken in so it can start getting, sauteed with all the other things that I put inside it. I'm gonna put that in here. And then my helper is going to help me by giving me all of the different seasonings that I do so that we can add those as well. So we're going to finish it up. So let her finish cutting that other little piece up, and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, we weren't completely prepared because I'm not a good cook, because I did not have my cooking spoon ready. Okay, so we're about to get started on letting it get heated up and all of that, so I can get those in here. Again, I am not a chef. I'm just showing you something that I eat, and I think it's economical for a family or kids or what have you. And then we're going to go from there, showing you the different seasonings that I put on there and what else I use for this. So it's just chicken Alfredo Sandy way. Okay. So anyway, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get my noodles started because I know that everybody don't use the same noodles. There's all kinds of noodles out there, and then I'm going to go ahead and go back to talking about what, all of the seasonings I put. So of course I'll break them in half. If I was boiling, break them in half. And I don't use the whole box. Depends on, if I'm sharing. I am sharing today. So I have quite a bit. So today I am using the whole box because I have to take some to my mother. Okay, so that's that. And of course, this meal sometimes takes me through like a whole week, for me to eat this. So you want to do that, get your noodles to boiling. I use the angel hair noodles. And these angel hair noodles, I like them because, they're easy for me to digest. So I use the angel hair. You can get these at HEB. I'm not trying to promote nobody, but I'm just showing you what I use. Okay. And that's it. Now, as we're preparing with this meat to be in here in this skillet, I want to let you know that as it, okay, turn the fire down. Let's see how you turn it down. Okay. And so as we're letting it, sort of like saute and fry get together, I'll be letting them cook all together. All right. And so as they're cooking all together, the seasonings and everything that I put in here, I'm going to throw in all the other things that I put in here, such as chopped mushrooms. And mushrooms are supposed to be a good cancer fighting agent as well as to fight against virus as well. So we want to make sure we eat a lot of mushrooms. So I've been eating a lot of mushrooms. So I put them in there. I kind of put all mine together. Some people saute them separately. I put them all together so they can cook in the flavors and all cook in together at the same time. And I just keep stirring it all together until it gets completely done the way I like it. And then I toss in some green onions, okay? Just throw those in as well. If I was to the water. And then I take all of my seasonings now. I'm ready to throw those in. You want to give me that spinach so I can show them. I take this size of spinach because I also add spinach. About this size, and I use the organic kind, but I use this, and I really will. Organic meaning I do not know. But anyway, because I don't see any difference in the truth. But anyway, I use those, and then after I use those, make sure you keep an eye on your noodles because you don't want them to get overcooked. So kind of go by what the box is telling you. I hope my helper here will remind me as well. So anyway, we're back over here and we're getting ready to stir in the seasoning. So I start out with onion powder. All right, no specific kind. And I use a lot of that because it's powder. You don't have to worry about salt, being salty or anything like that. So I'm putting in quite a bit of onion powder. You can't see it. Maybe if I turn to the side, you can see it. I use a little bit of Slap Your Mama. Slap Your Mama, the original. Slap Your Mama. Okay. And I use a little bit of that, and not too much, because of course the other seasonings that's going to be going in here with the Alfredo, we don't want it to be too salty. And then, of course, garlic powder. Whatever brand you like, garlic powder. I put a lot of that. I use a lot of garlic powder. I don't have my fresh garlic. I forgot about that, but I do add garlic as well. So we do need some fresh garlic. I would add that if I had it. And then I put parsley. I didn't bring my garlic, so I forgot about that because I'm not at home doing this. I use parsley. And you know, again, any brand, I use maybe like a teaspoon of parsley in there. Parsley. And I use cilantro leaves. I use a little bit of that. You know, just do your own little dashes in there. I don't put much, a whole lot. And then I use basil. Basil is one of my faves in here because of and I use about maybe a teaspoon and a half of basil. I put that in there, and because it gives it such a good flavor.
I got fresh garlic.
And then, she has some fresh garlic, so she's going to start peeling it for us to get the fresh garlic. And I use a little oregano in there as well, Italiano. Okay, and so a little bit of that, and let's see what else I got over here. Oh, I didn't open this one. I use the paprika because paprika gives it like a smoky flavor. The chicken, you know, like it's been grilled or something. But it's really, really good. I use the paprika, and I haven't even opened it yet, but let's see if I can get it open without breaking the nail. Got it open. So, anyway, we use the paprika on the meat so it can have a little smoky flavor. And I put maybe like a teaspoon of paprika on there for that, a teaspoon of that. And then I think that was all my seasonings. She's working on the garlic, all right? And so did I tell you the basil leaves? I think I said that already. All right. Okay. So anyway, after I've done that and I put my noodles, she did not help me remember she's not a good helper.
I am paying attention.
So anyway, I'm taking the noodles off so they can
It hasn't been 8 minutes.
Okay, so after that, I stir them all up, and then I actually take a few minutes to make sure that all that kind of sauté is really, really good together. And then as I saute it in here together, I begin to allow the seasoning to come together as it has so far, because it's cooking because it's chopped up. What you put on me to do? I've got chopped up chicken breast. Okay. And then as I showed you about the spinach, I already cleaned them. I don't use the stems. I just take my spinach and I put it all in here so it can start cooking down in there as well. Fresh spinach I use like I showed you just now, the organic kind, and that's the one that I usually use. Okay, that fresh spinach. Thank you. Thank you. And she got me some garlic. Okay, she looked like she got me like about a tablespoon of garlic. All right, some fresh garlic. Maybe Jesus, I love garlic in mine. So time I put all that together, and then to top it all off, after I got all that in there, I add the cayenne pepper. And that's what I don't see. Okay, the cayenne pepper. Alright, I must have put it back over here somewhere. Alright. So I put the cayenne pepper in there. Looks like I didn't open it either. Put the cayenne pepper in there. You know, I like mine to have a little spice to keep to it. So I put the cayenne pepper in there and allow it to simmer inside as it's cooking as well. Right? So I just got like an off-brand cayenne pepper. Alright. And I'll put in there probably about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in there. Depends on how hot you want it. I like mine kind of spicy. Alright. And so I let that all stir together and make sure that it simmers down. And then while she's getting ready to take those noodles and get them softened, get them rinsed so we can prepare those. Okay? My phone, of course. And so that's basically all we're going to do on that for now. Let it simmer a little bit while I'm waiting on her to rinse the noodles and get this to simmer down. I'll be adding the last 2 ingredients that this takes after it simmers. Alright?
You want to drain the noodles?
Yes. Drain the noodles now. Okay. Alright. Put them through some little. Some people don't rinse theirs. I rinse them. Of course, I rinse mine.
I got a fork.
And some people don't do it, but I rinse mine and stir it around. And then after I rinse them, I take some of the olive oil. I usually add a little lemon too sometimes. A little olive oil, maybe like a teaspoon of it, and put it on the noodles as well.
Got some lime.
So that it won't stick. She said she got lime. So that's fine. Let's squeeze a little bit on there. It's just to keep them fresh, you know. So that's what we're doing with the noodles. And instantly they are done and they are perfect. Because we don't know how much seasoning is really going to be going through the actual setup here of all the meat and the spinach and the, and the mushrooms and stuff and the garlic and all that. We don't know how much seasoning is going to be going through. I'm very sensitive and careful about how much I, put in as far as seasoning is concerned because I don't want a lot of salt. I don't like a lot of salt. That's the reason why I use things that are not. So we put a little lime juice on there so it won't, the noodles won't go bad. Thank you. Just a very little, and that's enough to stir in there. So that's it. That's it for the noodles. So the noodles are ready. Now, after this is cooked enough down, then you will take it and you put. I'm just giving you the overview because we're gonna get off of here. You would take the cooked portion that you have got to saute. I wish I could show it to you. I'm gonna try to lift it up in a minute so you can see how quickly this meal cooks. Because that spinach is gonna cook down. Now it's up to you because this is just a dinner in a pot because everything is here, all the skillet. Everything is here. You don't have to add nothing else on the side. You want to get some garlic bread or whatever, you can. But basically, this is all I eat, because I'm trying to stay away from the bread and stuff. But I wanted to share that part and let you see the final part so you can see what it looks like. Okay, you see? All right, so it's cooking down. Now we're going to go ahead and add these sauces that I use, and I pray that you will consider these because I love these. These are the ones that really give it the bomb. Everybody don't like basil, but basil really gives it a kick. Can't hard taste it. But anyway, it's creamy BASIL-ALFREDO, and I love this brand because they just, they're Italian, so they cook very well too. So I'm using this, and this one here is the Italia. By the same company, and it's Alfredo with fresh, creamy Alfredo Italian cheese. So I use that when I mix them together and put them together and let it start to simmer in that, okay? So pouring this one in, right? And then pouring in the creamy basil. Everybody may not like a whole bunch of Alfredo sauce with theirs. But I use it because I like mine not to be too dry. So I use a lot of sauce in mine. I mix these two together. And after everything is cooked down, I give it a good mixture together. And then after everything is cooked down, it tastes really, really good. But after it's all cooked down, or as it begins to get to the last part of its cooking process, after you stir it all together and let it mix with these two different Alfredos. You know, and it also depends on how much chicken you're cooking, you know, for these 2 jars of Alfredo. You know, you might want to use half of that one that I gave you, and then the whole one for the basil. Use the whole one. You know, because I like a lot on mine, because I like it to be creamy on my noodles, so my noodles won't be hard or dry. So I like it like that. Okay, so once it's all stirred up in there and everything, and you got all those sauces, the seasonings that you blended in there, the Alfredo, it's just yum, yum, yum. And then after that, of course, I take, you got a spoon? I take my chopped cherry tomatoes and I throw them on top and let them simmer in with it. That's my final cook down. Okay, the cherry tomatoes, everything is just more like being smothered and simmered now. Thank you. Of course, I taste it to see, does it have my kick of spice in it? Let's see. I like a little bit more spice in there. So I'm gonna add a little more onion powder. You do it according to your taste. Put some more onion powder. I'm gonna add a little more cilantro, no, not cilantro, basil leaf. I'm adding a little more basil leaves in here. Okay, a little more basil leaves, and I'm gonna add a little more paprika. Okay, not paprika. I mean cayenne pepper. Okay. A little more cayenne pepper. But you need to do it according to like what you like. If you like spicy. Well, I got a lot of sauce in here. So, you want to make sure it's not too salty. So I might have to add a little more slap your mama. So I can be sure I taste that seasoning and everything in here, you know, as it's cooking. Okay. And I just love it with these mushrooms and everything. And so I'm on this mushroom kick now.
The tomatoes.
And I'm sorry?
The tomatoes.
The tomatoes are in. And I just love it. And so after that, I'm going to give one more taste and see that it's not too salty or not too... Okay. But I do think it needs to come up with it. You can't hardly taste so much. So I'm going to add just a little more slap your mama to the seasoning. But you can also put a little slap your mama on your noodles. But some people like salty food to be very highly flavored, you know, with seasoning. But I just want just to be able to taste the Alfredo, you know, and taste all of the things that I put in here and have my spinach ready as well. So I can taste it all. Ooh, it looks good. So that's all to it. And then after you let it simmer for about maybe 15 minutes, you know, don't low, I top it out, put my noodles in a bowl, top it off with bam. This Mexican, what's it, cheddar jack. Sprinkle it out on top of that. And I go down. That's it. Bye bye. I'm about to eat now. Thank you, helper. They can't even see you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.